It is Tuesday morning. Good morning to you. I'm first warning meteorologist Eric Burris. This is Coffee Talk. We get together 7 days a week in the morning, chat about what's going on in the world of weather. Hopefully get your day started off on the right note and updated on what's going on in the world of weather. It is a nice and chilly start to the day, but look outside. I mean, if this is any kind of an idea of our starting point, then I think it's going to be okay. A mix of clouds and sunshine. Man, oh man, it's beautiful. That's a shot from our Volusia County Tower cam. The sun is up. The waters are shimmering. Friends, you're going to have a good day. Let's take a look at the top two things that we are tracking this morning. First off, temperatures are going to start to get warmer, and then we get rain. Yeah, we're going to time out the rain, see where it is now, and even the threats that are firing up today. Plus, on the backside of that rain, we are getting chilly. Like, chilly. I made chili for dinner last night. Maybe I was a little premature on that. Maybe, just maybe. Yeah, we're going to be talking about the big chill moving into Central Florida. But for now, we're looking good. First warning, live Doppler radar, rain-free. Gotta love that. Temperatures out the door, chilly. It's going to be colder, though, in just a couple of days' time. 46 right now in Ocala. It's 47 degrees in the Villages, 48 degrees for us in Leesburg, 50 outside in Orlando. Excuse me. Oh, I worked the night show last night, so this coffee needs to hit on all cylinders. About 46 for us, Daytona Beach, 50 degrees in Titusville. So we're looking good. It is a nice, cool start to the day. Take a look at our 12-hour forecast. 66 by 11 o'clock, 70 degrees by 1 p.m., and we'll make it to about 73 degrees, our high temperature. So it looks fantastic. Mostly sunny skies, gorgeous, gorgeous weather. Oh my goodness gracious. It is going to be a good day. So where do you end up in your neighborhood today? Before we get any further, let's just make sure we're all on the same page for today's forecast, right? 73 in Orlando, and you notice basically everybody hanging out in the lower range of the 70s. So yeah, love that. Love that for us. Absolutely love that for us. Nice breeze coming in. No problems weather-wise. All right, so here's the overall forecast for today. All right, we are going to be getting warmer by about 2 degrees. Not a major change. While we're doing that, though, there is a real rigorous storm system firing up over Texas that starts to work our direction. And you can see by Wednesday, 6 p.m., temperatures around these parts are going to be toasty. It will eventually bring in some of those showers looking ahead to overnight, Wednesday into Thursday. And then Thursday, you're going to notice a big change as cooler air, colder air, if I'm honest, really starts to funnel in. Big temperature whiplash coming here. So let's just talk about the numbers, shall we? Today, 2 degrees higher than yesterday, 73 degrees, okay? Tomorrow, 12 degrees higher than today. It's going to be 85 degrees. And then boom goes the dynamite. The roller coaster drops down, and we have a high temperature on Thursday of 67, which is 18 degrees cooler. And then it gets even cooler looking ahead to Friday. So, yeah. By the way, pop quiz. Anybody know what roller coaster I used for this background? I'll let you chew on that for a minute. I'll let you chew on that. But either way, friends, yeah. All right. So based on all the data that we are seeing, hold on. I need to, hold on 2 seconds. We made a forecast tweak and I did not tweak this graphic. Stand by. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll give you a topic. A parkway. Why is it that you drive on a parkway and park on a driveway? Discuss. Make your change. Okay. All right. So we know the temperature is going to be climbing looking ahead to tomorrow. But do we get to near record heat? The answer is yes. Here's the numbers, all right? Forecast high was actually upped to 85 tomorrow. Record, over 100-year-old record, 86 degrees. Absolutely are we into record territory. Sanford, 83. Record is 84. We're in record territory there as well. Leesburg, 82. Record is 83. Record territory as well. Yeah. Now, our coastal communities do not look like records are going to be as much in play, but it is there. So, for what it's worth, just know, looking ahead to tomorrow, it is going to be a toasty day as that cold front moves through. Now, where is that cold front now? What's going on right now? Let me just tell you. The radar picture today is going to be quite an active one across the southeast, particularly into Texas, Louisiana, and Mississippi, okay? Here's a look at the satellite and radar, and let me bring it full screen for you. Look on your left side of your screen. Storm system is just crossing from Mexico into Texas, and when you get a storm system that far south, you're going to get a lot of energy further to the south. So our friends in the Lone Star State, for example, this morning are getting a whole bunch of yuck. On the north side, on the west side, it's snow. And that snow is working up into Oklahoma City, our sister station KOCO. Friends, you get to deal with that. Then you've got all of this convection developing from Dallas, Fort Worth, back over to Brownsville, Corpus Christi, even up into Houston, Galveston area, Lake Charles, Louisiana. All of these areas, you can just see, I mean, think about it. It's 8:07 here now. It's 7:07 there. So the sun's just starting to come up, and we are already getting a pretty decent build of convection. So for those areas from basically the central coast of Texas all the way over to the Florida Panhandle today, under a level 3 risk of strong to severe storms, meaning numerous strong to severe storms, meaning gusty winds, damaging winds, meaning large hail, and even a pretty decent threat of tornadoes. So if you've got friends or family that live in this area, we need to make sure that they are weather aware, okay? Very heavy rainfall because it's going to be an extended kind of weather event. But for us, the good news, as that works our direction, looking ahead to tomorrow night, right? As that progresses eastward, the low itself travels north, so what we end up seeing is that severe risk spreading more north than toward the east. So the Carolinas, Georgia, North Florida, north of us, under a severe risk for tomorrow. For now, we're looking at being right on the edge of even a level 1 risk. It looks like for now, as this thing works more and more into our area, we're just talking about showers, maybe a couple of showers turning to thunder showers. And we'll update Futurecast for you in just a few moments' time. So that's the day 2 from the Storm Prediction Center. If we looked at day 3, by the way, yeah, you get the idea. Like it clears on out. So let's do this. Let's look at Futurecast, okay? And let's just get an idea of that rainfall. All right, so we know today's gorgeous. We know tomorrow's going to be gorgeous, but it's tomorrow night that Futurecast is getting in on the rain. One point of note also, through the day today, we're going to bring back some of that high cloudiness as that storm system gets closer to us, okay? So let's just take a look. Here's 7:30, 8 a.m. on Wednesday. It's fine. Through the late morning, early afternoon time frame, fine. By 6 p.m., though, we're starting to see that line of showers and thunder showers getting into our northwestern areas, right? 7:30, 8 o'clock, 10, 11 o'clock, it's moving into the metro area. And then afterward, it's kind of pushing through. So if we were to time it all out for us, for right now, it looks like dinner time, Alachua, Marion counties, right? And then bedtime, we're getting over to Marion, Sumter, Lake, Flagler counties, getting into the metro area by about 11 o'clock or so, and then kind of continuing into Brevard County by 2 a.m., clearing out by Thursday morning. And as it clears out by Thursday morning, we are looking so much better. All right, so that's where we're at right now in this little weather event that's moving toward us. Any questions, comments, concerns? Anything? By the way, on Thursday morning, fellow nerd friends, we do have a rocket launch scheduled. It's a Falcon 9 Starlink. Forecast looking good because by that point, 4 a.m., the model guidance says this garbage should be out of our area. We should be looking better. So for right now, hopefully, we're doing good. All right? Questions, comments, concerns, anything? Now I can say hello. My brother Frank says it's cute that you referred to 8 o'clock as bedtime. I know. Listen, I know. Last night I was just struggling to stay awake. I picked on Jim Payne so much. I picked on Jim Payne so much. On the air even. It was kind of cute. So anyway, there's that. Good morning to you, Teresa. Nikki, good morning. Can't remember wicked weather for the whole country like this, Catherine. Yeah, look, it happens. This is not a daily occurrence of weather that looks like this, but it definitely does happen. It definitely does happen. Just like when we get chilly, people are always like, but we live in Florida. Yeah, but it happens, right? And then look at what happens in Florida the day after, right? Back to 85 degrees just thereafter. So winter in Florida does get chilly at times. It's not a widespread thing, but it does happen. So looking ahead to this weekend, we've got ourselves quite the chill coming our direction, okay? Quite the chill. So let's take a look at the 7-day forecast. Let's look at that, and then we can build on that theme, right? All right, so here's a look at the 7-day forecast. 85, our high temperature Wednesday. It looks like Wednesday evening, showers, thunder showers, overnight into Thursday morning, all right? Then we clear out, and it gets chilly. 67 is our high temperature Thursday, even chillier on Friday morning at 64 for a high temperature, 44 degrees, by the way, to wake up. And then looking ahead to Saturday, Sunday, the sun comes out. We start to warm up just a little bit. And we'll be back to the 80s by Monday. Brian says, I'm guessing that you're using Kumba from Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay for the roller coaster picture. I love Kumba. That was the second big roller coaster I ever went on. That's not it. No. Kumba is a B&M roller coaster. I believe this one is a Vekoma roller coaster. Here's a hint, though, Brian. The roller coaster used in this picture has been disassembled and was not from Florida. I picked it because among all the stock photos that was available, this one had such a roller coaster feel. It had the weather, it had the coaster. It just had a lot of cool lines that I liked. And I've been on this roller coaster before they tore it down. This is all silly nerd stuff. This roller coaster is not in Florida. Second hint, it's in the northeastern United States. Courtney, Hershey Park. Not from Hershey Park, but you're in the right geographical location. This is like so ancillary. It doesn't even matter. But it's one of those things that like it's one of those things that because I make all of the backgrounds, like I can have some fun. And pick like the cool coaster. Rosebud Six Flags, you're onto something. It is from Six Flags. Jenna says, don't put me upside down. The temperatures are going all kinds of upside down. The temperatures, Pat, Great Adventure. You're right. Courtney, Great Adventure. Which coaster was it? Tune in for the weather. Get roller coaster talk instead. That's right. Charles, the train goes off the tracks every now and then. I asked a silly question and somebody started jumping in on it, so I have to see it through now. Not Cedar Point, Amy, Cheryl, not Cedar Point. No, it's Six Flags Great Adventure. Marie says it's been a long time since I was at Six Flags. Agreed, me too. Jenny says, I love Upside Down. The more the better. It's not Lightning Loops. No. Unless they changed it to that. But I think that they tore it down as the original name was. Good question, though. Good question. What are the colors of the cars? The beams are white. The track is red. Nope, not Superman. Not Superman. I'll let you keep guessing. Debbie says, Coffee Talk drive-thru. Don't forget. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to find somebody to talk to on Friday. I did not get the website updated. I was working on tweaking my February and doing March. February final is done. Now that we've locked in the cycle duration, I wanted to tweak. It's funny. I actually reached out and asked Chris Pierce, should I update February because my cycle duration has shifted and we've gotten more data? And Chris was like, yeah, do it. Let's go easy on Eric. He's doing well to have his eyes open. Oh, baby, I know, right? All right, so answer to this. This is the Great American Scream Machine. This is the Great American Scream Machine from Six Flags Great Adventure. It was a really fun old roller coaster. Yeah, they tore it down. King to So you've got, Jenny, you've got the new roller coasters there. Yeah, I mean, I remember doing Great American Scream Machine. Yeah. Batman and Robin was great. I don't even know if that's still there anymore. Anyway, good times. Old roller coasters. Yeah, I'll find somebody for the drive-through because I was working on the long range stuff, which then leads me to let's share a look at the tweaked February forecast. Now, for you guys and gals, I did have to go in here and throw in some more data. Yeah. Here's kind of the final deal. Vanessa says, looking in cycle duration is giving me anxiety for hurricane season. Definitely dialing into our forecast for hurricane season. Absolutely, yeah. So this is the final note for February, all right? No more notes. And now that we've got the cycle duration keyed in, I should no longer have to make any tweaks. Once we put out the March forecast in a couple of minutes... Finally got that done. Once we put that out, we'll be good and settled in. All right. So looks like that basically I was off by like a day or two. So the severe weather event that was originally looking at like February 5th, 6th, I shifted it to February 3rd, 4th. And then there's another one, the 6th, 7th, instead of like the 8th and the 9th. So yeah, there's that. Just tuning in. Gotta love our bouncing temps. Ashlyn says, yep. I see a lot more severe weather days, Mickey points out. Yeah, I definitely added some more indicators of severe weather because going through the second cycle, we saw some pretty decent indications. And for your own situational awareness, that severe weather there on February 20th and 21st is the indication, the recycle of Nicole. All right? Around the 20th, 21st. In that time frame, that's going to be the recycle of Nicole. It may not be anything this time around, but that's when Nicole has cycled through. And obviously we know severe weather, we know rain, all of that fun stuff. All right, so for what it's worth. All right, you ready for March? Shall we do that? Can you handle March? Here's March, people. It's going to be a little cooler. It's going to be a little quieter. But yeah, there's March. Now, the days that don't have information means that it's kind of a transition day between patterns, that sort of thing. All right? So it's not... It may be that the pattern's kind of weak in that window. But yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. So if you see like, oh, there's no weather on the 3rd. What are you talking about? Come on now. All right, so that's kind of what we're looking at for March. Less severe weather threats, though there is severe weather indicators. But yeah. And then we get into April, and then we get into May, and then we get into June, and we get into... by the way, what's crazy is like, to think about it, here it is, it's January 24th, we're deep into our hurricane season forecasting because on this date, I release my hurricane season forecast. And these monthly calendars are just basically practice tests getting up to that final exam. So there's your March calendar. Yeah. Wow. So let's see, for my son Eric's birthday, trending milder, but I'll probably have a nice little storm system working our direction just thereafter. When is spring break? I think spring break is here for Seminole County at least. All right. So a nice coolish spring break for Seminole County students. All right. I can take that. Windy March, fly a kite. Janice says, I don't put wind. I'm just trying to look at broader strokes here. That's what the long range forecast does. Is it kind of looks at broader strokes. Mickey says, "Oh, can I see the February again? Since some of the patterns move around, am I good now for engagement photos on February 11th? Let's look. A couple of showers, but not too bad. Yeah, not too bad." Janice says, "You're a busy bee with calendars and few." Yeah, you know what it is? There's only so much time. At the end of the day, father, husband, meteorologist, corporate graphics meteorologist, son, brother, like all of these things take time. And there's only so much time in the day. And all of these things, like the long range forecast stuff, that really does happen on my own time. Like, what did I do on my dinner break yesterday? Updated February and built March, and then I had to go back to do the 11 o'clock and the 10 o'clock news updates. So, yeah. Betty, does cooler mean below average? Cooler means the temperatures are going to be going down. Warmer means, or milder means, the temperatures are going to be going up. That's where we're at. There's know what you know and know what you don't know, right? Yeah. My brother Frank says he had lunch with Dad, Jason, and I yesterday. Yeah, exactly. So, that I've got to try to not just work all the time. So, I'm definitely falling behind in... I definitely, fall behind in some of these extracurricular activities, and I hope for your patience, but we'll have somebody for the drive-through Friday. I just don't know who yet. I'll get there. Maybe I'll keep it a surprise. Yeah, we'll do something like that. Nikki says, "Oh, don't like that severe weather on February 21st. Kiddo and I are flying home from New York City that night." Listen, first off, could be plus or minus a day or so. Second off, they're not going to fly in dangerous weather. Understand that. Brian, Eric, in plain, basic layman's terms, English, can you explain what you mean by something being a recurring effect from a previous hurricane or tropical storm? Sure. So for those that are new to this whole thing, our long-range forecasts use different techniques. There are several techniques that I use to forecast long range, okay? One of them is the BSR, the Bering Sea Rule, to kind of look and see what's happening up in Alaska, and that kind of works into our area. So that's number one. The other element is using a technique referred to as the LRC, the Lezak recurring cycle. We've had Gary Lezak on Coffee Talk many times, and guess what? We'll have Gary on again. But the overall idea is this, okay? The overall idea is that a weather pattern sets up. It fires together during October and November. And there are some indicators before, but we'll just say that for now. So during October and November, you get a weather pattern set up. And for me, I am logging. I mean, the Microsoft Excel spreadsheet that I have going on here is painfully programmed. We've done this now for several years with some great success. I'm timing it all out on Microsoft Excel. And the more that I use it, the more I kind of find other ways to beat up Microsoft Excel. But that's what we do. Then what you do is you look for players that impact us, storm systems that produce severe weather, and you watch them occur, logging, and then you kind of start to wait for that pattern to repeat. The idea of the LRC, Lezak reoccurring cycle. The idea, Gary Lezak started to discover this. He found that there was some research from another meteorologist in the 1940s, but the overall idea is the weather sets up these long trend cycles. And it's going to be different every time, so nothing's ever perfect. But the overarching idea is if you look in those weather patterns and find the players, you can see the weather recycle. So a good example, let's just throw this together. And I'm not prepared for this at all, but you're asking questions and I want to help explain this, okay? So let's do some live research together, shall we? All right. So here's the southeast United States. Big, nasty storm system firing up right now over Texas, right? Well, let's see where this was in its last cycle. Of course, I have to get logged into Microsoft Excel. I'm logging into Microsoft Excel. I have changed my password since I logged in yesterday for my company account. So that's so fun. Yep. Your verification code is. Okay. All right, we'll get logged into Microsoft Excel. And we'll find this exact storm system in other cycles, right? So today's January 24th. So that's about cycle day 5. So let's look at cycle day 5 before. That's crazy. Uh, 1013. All right, so let's look at 1013. Oh, what you're looking at there is my corporate project. Ignore that. 1013. October 13th, 2022. Here's the first version of this event. All right. Little storm system there over Texas. If we looked at it goes from Texas, kind of then works in our direction. 1013, let's look at SPC LSR. 1013, hold on, 22. All right. First off, okay, this is 10/13/2022, okay? SPC storm reports for 10/13/2022. Tornado in South Texas. All right, well, where are we looking at the severe weather today? It's firing up over South Texas, right? All right, so that's just one version of it. The next version happened around 12/3, around December 3rd. Oh, I put the second in, my bad. There's your storm system kind of getting going over Texas. It was not as strong in December, but that's a seasonal adjustment. That's to be understood. And then from there, it kind of pulled on out. So there you go. That's it. Anything going on in the Great Lakes today? Let's check that out. Oh, there's a little cold front moving into the Great Lakes. That little area of low pressure will be dipping into the Great Lakes. We saw that pattern pop up each time. So yeah, I'm always amazed when I look at how all of this always progresses. It's always fascinating. So that's it. That's how the long range cycling forecast works. It's pretty cool. How many meteorologists are following the research and making their own long-range forecast? You know, I can tell you that I've worked with 2 two people that I have kind of brought into the mix. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know, 10, less than 10 in the country. Yeah, less than 10 in the country. Yeah, so not many people. It takes a lot of work, and if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. At the end of the day, that's the reality of it. It takes an incredible dedication. And if I'm honest, you know, not a lot of people are willing to put in the kind of work it takes to do this. It's easy to see the pattern. It's another thing to go out and find the pattern. If I tell you the cycle duration, you can find it. But if I don't, and you have to go find it for yourself, and you have to keep all the notes and build all the graphs that I build, you're much less likely to do that. I promise you. It's a lot of work. Sure, Steph, please do. Is there more to talk about ahead of Artemis 2, I guess, but that's a little ways away. Rosebud, is it snowing in Texas? It is. There are parts of Texas getting snow right now. Gross. All right, so that's where we're at, people. Questions, comments, concerns? How many days in this current cycle, John? We're looking this year at about a 51-ish day cycle duration, meaning every 51 days or so, we'll see things going around and around and around. Yeah, about every 51 days. All right. Laura says, ew, snow. Yeah, agreed. Is Monday that severe threat? Huh? Is Monday that severe threat? Monday, it's a little ways out. But if you're asking, like, does the LRC show anything? Tuesday the 24th. So that's cycle day 11. Let's just look and see if any previous cycle day 11s brought anything. No. No, not really. Not really any kind of a major severe threat for us on Monday. Doesn't look like it, at least. Yeah. Yeah, plus or minus a couple of days, Chris, right? Because the pattern has sped up to, let's see. We've been as slow as 54 days, 55. I had even 156 day, and we've been as fast as 48 days. So 48 to 56. That's a decent window of, so plus or minus a couple days for sure. Yeah. All right. All right. That's all I got, people. It's 8:33. I'm going to go hang out with a dear friend, Mr. Trail Mix himself, Kevin Johnson, today. I'm so excited. I'm off work. I will try and get a 3:30 coffee talk. I can't promise it today, but I'll do my best. But I'm off the rest of the week. I'm back Saturday on TV. So we'll still be here doing our coffee talks in the morning. Today's the one day that I may not do a 3:30. I'll try. All right? All right, listen. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you so much for hanging out for Coffee Talk. I will see you guys and gals later on. 3:30 if I can make it. If not, then I will see you for 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Sound good? Bye.